All right, Borderlands is in theaters. It is based on the popular video game series Borderlands, of which I've only played the first game. I'm aware that there were two more. It was fine. You know, your adventure shooter action game with sort of goofy over the top, like punk rock, weird style, sort of a wasteland, a colorful version of the wasteland. This is directed by Eli Roth, who, when he's discussed the movie, he said he wanted to make it a little bit of Fifth Element, a little of this, a little Road Warrior. It's a mishmash, and the movie has really an amazing cast with Kevin Hart, Gina Gershon showing her amazing cleavage, Jamie Lee Curtis amazing cleavage, Kate Blanchett, very sexy. I will give the movie credit. The female characters are allowed to be sexy. Bobby Lee has an interesting cameo, and this is the simple story is that Tiny Tina, played by Ariana Greenblatt, she's the key to everything. She is the key to opening the vault on Pandora. She literally, physically is the key. Her father puts out like a bounty on her. So Kate Blanchett, who plays Lilith is out to find her and eventually open the vault. And we don't know what's in it, but it's an amazing reward, so to speak. So a lot of mystery until we get to the end. In my opinion, no surprises. This is by the numbers. It is not just a bad video game movie. It's a bad movie. And I like Eli Roth. He is a true fan. Cabin Fever was his debut movie at South by Southwest. I saw it. I love that film. His movie last year, Thanksgiving, was really fun. A Thanksgiving holiday themed horror movie. This is a mess. It's also PG-13, and it feels like this should have been R-rated. It really should have been R-rated, but I found it the dialogue might be the worst dialogue in a movie this year. I am not exaggerating. It's bad. And I feel like there's a movie Eli wanted to make that the studio, which is Lionsgate, was like, yeah, you're not going to make that movie. Just check these boxes and move on. Now, it's not particularly, there's no message. It's not woke. It's just standard action and a bad version of it. I really was like, when is this movie going to end? And by the way, I saw this in IMAX at the big theater at AMC Burbank, where no matter what's playing in that theater is always 100% sold out on opening night. I've seen Twisters there, Dune Part 2, Deadpool. I mean, I've seen all the big movies that open. I always see it in that theater in IMAX. It's full, even for the dumbest thing like Beekeeper, right? It was empty for this. I looked, you could go to see Borderlands anytime. No one is going to see this. No one is excited. I mean, the one thing I'll give it credit for, sexy women, and it's accurate to the look of Borderlands. There's the robot, who plays the robot?
Jack Black.
Yeah. So there's the robot in the film, Claptrap. He was accurate to the game. Lilith, her look was accurate. But Lilith, I mean, Kate Blanchett's like in her 50s playing a 20-year-old. Jamie Lee Curtis is in her 70s playing a 30. It's a little weird. Although it didn't bug me. I think Kate Blanchett is very.
Yeah, she looks good in the movie.
But she's an Oscar winner. What is she doing in this? The paycheck should have been. I mean, had to be crazy. But yeah, I cannot. I mean, this is a 2 out of 10 at best. I mean, the audience did not laugh once. there's maybe a chuckle. It's so over the top, so trying to please you with its awfulness. I can't say enough bad things about this movie. Avoid at all costs. Alan, what did you think of Borderlands?
Yeah, it was bad. I haven't played the game. I assume I assume it looks like
it looks like the game.
Posters. Yeah.
But looking accuracy is not good enough. And I don't know if looking at the Borderlands franchise, this movie has been announced like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
We're making a Borderlands game.
Look, I'll say this: the world was more interesting than most video game movies. I like the world it was set in, so you can make a good Borderlands movie. The problem is that every single character, there's no character arc. The people who started the characters at the beginning of the movie were exactly the same at the end of the movie, with an exception, which I'll get to in a moment. So it's basically this whole movie was about moving from one action set piece to the next. There was no, you just, other than the overarching story of protecting, the girl there, Tiny Tina. That was pretty much what the movie was about, protecting this girl from her dad. Very standard. Claptrap, yeah, cute robot. Never seen that in a movie before.
Right.
So the other thing is, this is like The Love Boat, where you watch the movie because of its stars, and pretty much for no other reason. Hey, Kevin Hart movie. Okay, let's go see a Kevin Hart movie. Let's go see a Jamie Lee Curtis movie. Let's go see a Kate Blanchett movie. And that's what we got. We got to see our favorite older age stars be in an action movie and be funny. One of the biggest problems, two of them. The first of the biggest problems is none of these characters are likable.
Yes,
they're tolerable, but there's no reason set up at the beginning of the movie that says, "Hey, I want to follow this person's journey. I care about where they ultimately end up." Tiny Tina is cute. That's not good enough reason for me want to see a good outcome or a great outcome for her by the end. She's just this annoying teenager. The second thing is, you say it's not woke. It is okay. It's not woke, but it has a message. It has a message that has been bothering us for a very long time. Those of us who have been following Marvel, Star Wars, the message in this movie is the exact same message as Captain Marvel. The power was in her the whole time.
Oh gosh,
the power was in her the whole time. That's true here. The upside to that message is the fact that it is not tied to anything woke, meaning the power being in her the whole time. It wasn't suppressed because of toxic masculinity. It was just in her the whole time and needed to be unlocked. There was nothing woke about the reason it was suppressed. It was just suppressed, which, quite frankly, I wish there was a reason, even if it was woke, for it being suppressed. So the story is just A leads to B, leads to C, leads to D. It's just boring and bland. It's your typical action movie with big stars. It is not good. And I'll be honest, I wanted to like this movie. And I would say in the first 15 minutes, I was like, I don't get why people don't like this movie. And then as it just kept droning on and on and on, I understood it's just boring. It is boring.
This movie should have gone direct to streaming.
Mm-hmm.
It's that level of bad. And I don't even know if I could fold laundry while watching it because it's annoying, especially Claptrap. I mean, it's not like Madam Web was bad, but Madam Web was in its badness was so fun because it was ridiculous. I remember it's like, this movie's awful. Why am I having fun and laughing? Because it's so bad. There are no laughs in this movie, not even from it being awful. So
there's one reason why Madam Web is better than this movie. It's Sydney Sweeney. At least something to go back to when you were feeling bored. And this movie just doesn't have it. I mean, everyone looks good, fine. It's just dreadful. And I'll say this, because it's Lionsgate, I'm pretty sure this movie didn't cost more than $100 million.
Yes. Yes.
So, I don't know what the payoff was for these guys, but it definitely wasn't a big one.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to your comments. Wait, finally, do you recommend it, Borderlands?
No.
It's a 2 out of 10 for me. And when I say I'm only giving it 2 for all the cleavage, that's why this gets, and because the women were allowed to be sexy, even though, I mean, some may be. I think Kate Blanchett looks great. I would.
She looked good. She looked
really good. So there you go. What did you think, Alan?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it on Wednesday. As an older man, seeing an older woman looking good, it feels attainable at some point. And,
all right.
By the way, did you see what happened with the Rotten Tomatoes score?
No.
So yesterday was at 0 all day, and then finally Grace Randolph's review came in and bumped it to 4%.
4%. and she even admitted it. So
yeah.
I you know what? I watch Grace Randolph. I want to know what a normal person thinks of movies.
So why are you going to Grace Randolph?
Exactly.